wait for time to go buy no proud of the better shoes. Put my pedal to the floor. Yeah, make it roar. Pull up,
So, we back at it again with another video. If you don't know me or haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I am Jiffy Jules. You know, like it up, watch a whole bunch of videos, leave comments and tell me what y'all like, don't like, you know, whatever. Conversate with your girl. Today, we are going to talk about my first love. I met his little sister at school. We rode the same bus. We wasn't in the same class or anything, but me and her becoming friends, and we're the same age, like, we just clicked. Like, it wasn't that long. It's maybe like 3 or 4 months of us being friends, and her brother would have to walk me home some nights where I stayed over a little bit too late. So his mom would either have both of them walk me home or just the older brother walk me home. Now, all the times that he would walk me home, my first love, he would walk me home and never try nothing with me, never say nothing to me out the way, or, you know, never did nothing like that. It's to the point where when me and his sister just got real close, I would start spending the night over her house. We spend the night like I normally did over the weekends, and we was playing hide and seek. His whole family basically was playing hide and seek, and their house was huge and they had a basement. So we end up going, like all the kids end up going downstairs to hide, but we was the last two to get found. I'm together and we watching everybody else get caught, and his sister ended up going back upstairs trying to find us, not knowing we was downstairs. As we're downstairs by ourselves, because we seen everybody get caught except for us, and we waited, and he just looked at me, sitting next to me, and just looked at me and was like, I like you. And I was just like, what? Like, we playing hide and seek. Like, that's the furthest thing from my mind is a boy liking me. I was just looking at him like in shock, because this is the first boy that ever told me that he liked me. So I was like, okay. And all of a sudden he just kissed me. You know, that was my first kiss too. And I was just like, whoa. Like, I ran. I started running back upstairs. And as I'm running upstairs, I'm thinking he's behind me to, like, you know, act like, oh, you didn't catch us or whatever. He stayed back and kept hiding. So when I'm walking up the stairs, his sister was coming downstairs, and I think she saw the look, but she didn't know what it was. So she saw the look and she was just like, what's wrong? And I was just like, nothing. I was like, you didn't find us, this another. She's like, us? She's like, where's my brother? I was like, he's still hiding. So that later on, I want to say after that weekend was over, I was getting ready to go back home, and he was like, oh, I'll walk her home. And that whole day was already awkward. Like, bro, last night you just kissed me, and now you volunteering to walk me home. Nobody didn't catch on. Like, it was normal. Like, oh yeah, he always walk her home. So when he was walking me home, that's all he was talking about. Like, I really like you, you know, do you like me, this and another. And I basically told him, like, I can't have boyfriends. Like, my mom's not about to go for that crap. Like, none of that. I don't know what possessed my mom to say this once we walked through the door. But when I walked through the door, my mom was like, oh, y'all look so cute together. I can't wait to have grandbabies. And we just looked at my mom like, what the hell? Like, what? Like, I was 12 when she said this. So I was just like, what? She was like, y'all so cute together. I just can't wait for y'all to grow up and have babies. And I was just like, what the hell? And I walked to my room and stayed in my room for forever, because I had to figure out what was going on in my mind. Like, this is the first boy that ever said he liked me, and he kissed me, and he's cute, and I'm always over his house, and I'm friends with his sister. What is my brother gonna think? Because my brother was very, very overprotective. So I was like, I'm gonna hide it from my brother. When I say that week came and went, and I didn't spend the night over her house, she didn't spend the night over mine. And then all of a sudden, Sunday of the next week, this boy is over my house. And I'm just like, what the hell are you doing over here? Him and my brother became friends. Bruh. But I just kind of try to sweep it under the rug, like, okay, he kissed me, he said he liked me. It doesn't matter, because he's not gonna do anything to show that he likes me. At that time, I thought he didn't show anything to say, oh, I like her. So I was like, okay. Left it at that. That was his way to get in the house so he could show that he liked me. So every chance he got, if he went to the store and came back, like went to the store with my brother or hung out with my brother, he always would come back with stuff for me. Like, oh, here's some chips. Like a little boy way of showing like, oh, I like you. Here's a candy bar. So he would do that. Nobody didn't think nothing of it, but my brother didn't like it. He was like, why are you giving my sister candy? Like, she got money to go to the store. Don't give her nothing. And like, my brother would pick on me too. So I guess my first love was like, stop picking on her. She's a good kid. You know, say little stuff like that to my brother. So my brother kind of calmed down on picking with me and messing with me and stuff. But they hung tight. And I was just like, whoa. Like, every single time he would spend a night, he never like snuck up to my room or did nothing crazy. But if we was all hanging out in the room together, he would always want to sit next to me. So, you know, time went on and it was the summertime. So of course we're out of school all day, every day. So it was either everybody over my house or everybody over his house. And at the time, my brother had multiple friends, like friends in the neighborhood, friends out the neighborhood. So when my brother went outside the neighborhood, then my first love would come over without his sister. So my mom was cool with it. And so it was one time he asked my brother, was he coming home? And my brother told him no. So when he told my first love no, he came over and told my mom and lied to my mom and was like, oh yeah. He said, my brother said he was gonna come home. So at that time, he was lying to my mom. I'm not knowing, I'm just out the loop, like, you know, chilling in the house in the summertime. So I'm out the loop. So we sitting on the couch. My mom do whatever she do, leave out the house, come back, and, you know, whatever my mom do, because she grown. And I'm, you know, a preteen, and I wasn't a bad kid at that. So she would leave out the house and leave us in the house. So as she leaving us in the house, he was like, you my girlfriend now. Like, I remember that first night when he ended up lying to my mom, he was like, you my girlfriend. You know, I'm not gonna make you do anything that you don't want to do. I just want you to be my girlfriend. He's like, plus your mom really likes me and I really like your family. And my brother really wasn't into the fact, he's like, I asked your brother, he wasn't really into the fact of you having boyfriends and stuff, of course, because I'm his baby sister. But after my mom went to sleep, he went to the store and came back with a whole bunch of candy, whole bunch of stuff, and we just talked. That's all we did, like talk. He didn't try to kiss me. He didn't try to do nothing. He just talked to me. He was like, I'll protect you and this and another. I'll make sure you're safe. And so I'm just like, oh, that's so sweet. And I was like, oh, I love him so much. It was some nights after that, and he was like, I'm in love with you. I love you. And I was just like, what? He's like, I love you. I love you. And I was just like, I love you too. I really did love him though. That's the crazy part, because I really loved him to death. And he was cool. Like, he never tried nothing with me. It was just like cool. So I remember months went past, me and him going together. Didn't tell nobody. My mom knew. I don't even care what nobody say. My mom knew, because when that first time when she was like, oh, y'all shit babies, y'all so cute together, she already put it in the atmosphere, like, if y'all go together, it's okay. His mom had a barbecue. Everybody was over there. Like, even my cousins was over there. That's how big the barbecue was. All the kids in the neighborhood was over there. It was just a big barbecue his mom had. And later on that night, his mom left, because his mom was like my mom, like, have all the kids over at her house, and then just make sure y'all don't burn down the house, but I'm out. We was just chilling. I think it was like watching movies or something. We had like a little movie night with all his cousins, and we all got a cover. So that's how you know it was pure innocence, because we all had a cover laying like across us, the same cover laying across us. We just sitting there watching TV. And as we're doing that, he holding my hand and rubbing my hand or rubbing my leg. And then he got so comfortable and he put his arm around me. He leaned me close, like I was just leaning up to him. And all I remember, his sister turned her face. Her face just turned like, what the? And she just stared at it. It's like, what the hell? She was like, you like my friend, you like my best friend. He was like, no. And then he let me go, and I just sat up like, what the heck? And I was just embarrassed. I wasn't smiling or nothing. I was just sitting there like, you got too comfortable. That later on that night, he ended up kissing me again too. Well, we was always kissing, but you know, sneak a kiss here and there. But he kissed me, and his sister walked in on us kissing her. She was like, y'all like each other. And we just looked. I was like, no. He was like, be quiet. This ain't nothing. Go away. And so as we're loud, the cousins wake up. When the cousins wake up, one or two of the cousins was like, oh, you didn't know they liked each other, this and that. You could tell they like each other. They always by each other. They're always doing something together. I was just embarrassed. I was mad. I didn't know what to do. And then the next day, my brother comes to get me, and they tell my brother, his sister and all his cousins tell my brother, they like each other, they go on together, and they was kissing. And once we got to the house, he was like, so you go with that nigga? You go with that nigga? I was like, no, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? He's like, you go out with him, don't you? No, I don't. And he was like, you stupid as hell. Every time we here hanging out with me, he messing with some other girl, this and another. He got me fucked up. So I was just like, what are you talking about? Like, I was just in shock. My brother was like, so you go with him. And I was like, no. So he called his mom. He was like, I just want to let you know I'm about to beat your son ass because he been dating my sister and this, that, and other, and I don't play that shit. So my brother was like, come on, you about to watch him get his ass beat. And I was like, what happened? How he found out? So we walked back over there. His cousin's still over there, his sister over there. And I was like, why? What happened? Why you tell my brother? And she was like, because that ain't cool, this, that, and other, that y'all dating and we friends. I was so sad. I was sitting there crying, trying to help him, trying to get off the porch. All his family was holding me back, like not trying to get in the way. And his mom ended up pulling up and was like, why y'all gonna fight over a girl, this, that, and other? If she wanted to talk to him, then that's on her, and this, that, and other, like trying to make it my fault that we was talking. I was just like, what? Because he came after me. I was like, I'm just a little girl in these streets. But I guess she was trying to get the heat off her son or whatever. But my brother knew, like, my little sister ain't about to do this shit on her own. And it's to the point where they fought, they got over it, and I was banned from going over their house. And news got back to my mom. My mom was like, it's okay for them to date. And my brother was not having it. They got over it, they stayed friends. I just wasn't allowed to go over there no more. And I was just like, what the heck? So he would come over and still spend the night off my house, but my brother was watching us like a hawk. Like if I was in the room, I would have to get out that room and go to the other room. It was so sad. And I was just like, I can't talk to him. But he was still like when my brother went outside the neighborhood to hang out, he would still lie to his mom and say, hey, I'm going to head it over at my house or whatever to see my brother. And my mom was cool with it, like, okay, like, and that's, of course, all the other times when he lied to her and was like, oh, you know, your son said he was coming back home, I'll just wait around until he get back. And knowing that my brother wasn't coming back. Even after the fact, my brother would invite girls over to be in, because my brother had the whole basement to himself. So he would invite girls over, invite all the guys over. They'll have like a little party, whatever, in the basement. And it was okay with my mom, and my first love was invited. And he would like try to make my first love talk to other girls. And he, of course he would, because at this time we wasn't dating no more. Like I was just like little sis up in the room. And so it was just so sad, because it was just like torture in front of my face, like he's right there and he's talking to all these girls in my house. And I'm a kid, so I can't say shit. And the one time that I did say that, like, that's messed up, you know, that's my first love, my brother beat me up. I remember that. I was so sad. And I said that in front of everybody, in front of his friends, in front of him. I was like, because me and my brother even had to talk like that was my first love, and you really put me through bullshit because that's my first love. But yeah, that was my first love, tear. And the funny thing is, me and him ended up getting cool. After we got grown and had kids and all that, me and him got cool again. And I was just like, bruh, I dodged the bullet. Shout out to you, bruh. Dodge that bullet. Fuck you, dog. But yeah. Peace.
You would just focus on